So for those of y'all that are trying to find validation and you're wanting to be affirmed by people who may be in your circle, it may be family members, friends that are around you, could be people at your church, your pastor, deacon, loved ones, somebody you're in a relationship with, a spouse, or whatever it may be. And sometimes you may feel like you're not getting that validation or feeling like you're being affirmed for who God has called you to be from those people. Let me tell you, you're not going to be. God's not going to allow you to receive that validation or for you to be affirmed from those people, because if you receive it from them and believe that they are the ones who validated you or affirm you to be who God calls you to be, you're always going to give the credit to the wrong person. So I can prove it to you in scripture. If you look at every individual who God called, who he used to do something great. Moses had to run away from his home, because of what he did. When he was separated from Pharaoh's house, he became who God had already called him to be while he was separated, when he had to run away to the wilderness. Jacob is on the run from everybody in his family, basically, because what has happened with him and his brother and his father-in-law, and he ends up being in a place of isolation, separation, and then he wrestles with God and becomes Israel, who God had called him to be from the get-go. So many stories. Even Joseph is sold into slavery, away from his family, he goes into prison, but in the midst of that, God affirms him to be everything he called him to be. So it's always going to feel like you're in a place of separation, isolation. Nobody's around when God is operating on you in the operating room. Even in the natural, when you go to the hospital, they tell your family, they separate your family from you when you're in the operating room. So stop trying to wait for people to affirm who you are, because there will be a season when God will take you through where it may seem like you're separated, isolated, and it's only you and him, and that's when God is really trying to shape you and make you into the person that he created you to be. It's always been like that. You're not the first person experiencing it, but trust me, if you just go through it, let God really do what he wants to do in your life, show you who he's called you to be, so he can raise you up to be who he created you to be. All right, it's your boy Sean Rich. I teach positive, reassured opportunity. I reassure you that God has not changed his mind about you. Go through the process and watch what he does in your life. It's your boy Sean Rich. I love you.